Pro Football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work Podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I would like to go in a little further. We were talking about resumes for the last couple of episodes, right? And, we had talked about chronological resumes. We've talked about functional resumes, and we've talked about curriculum vitae. I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. I don't care how many times someone tells me the right way. For whatever reason, it's not, when I visualize it, unfortunately, I can't get it together. And I understand that will never work. Like, I'm going to have to figure that part out, right? And some of us have those challenges in just getting things correct. But we're going to continue to move on. One of the things that we talked about when we talked, I kind of want to revisit something, being the functional resume. And in a functional resume, we spoke about highlighting your skills and your talents, right? And not necessarily your work experiences, because there could be gaps. There can be a change of industry, if you will. And I want to kind of focus in on that, because when we are ready to make a change, sometimes we don't understand how the skills translate or transfer into another place or situation. So what I'm getting to is, as you continue to mature, as you continue to grow, as you continue to learn, as you continue to view the world in a different light or aspect, as you are having different types of experiences, coming from an entrepreneur perspective, and this goes for both if you're trying to look for a job and or you're an entrepreneur or a company and you are in the process of changing. Sometimes you need to reconsider a rebranding, right, of what you have going on. Ultimately, the idea of what people know you for and what they view you as, there has been a change or a shift in your vision, your mission, your values, and what is it that you're trying to achieve. Now, one of the things that I really would like for people to understand, that in the shifting or pivoting, there can be some challenges. You can get a little discouraged. You can find reasons as to why not to change. You're too nervous. People know me as this, but understanding that, again, as you continue to grow and things start to shift, even your market shifts, right? I have a client, how she stated not too long ago that as the market is shifting, the particular job that she constantly is hiring for, the title itself has changed, right? So now she has to shift with the market or the industry because people are being, I would say, being more respected in some cases, and understanding what their real duties are. So you have to kind of shift with the industry. You have to shift your values. You have to shift how you view yourself and or those that are around you, your employees, whatever it is. There is a reshifting in that. A shifting in position, a shifting in philosophy, even in some cases, and this goes to some of my entrepreneurs out there, and or business owners. Sometimes you have to reshift because you're unfortunately looking at or something might have happened to you, and you might have to do a PR save, if you will, a public relations save, because something might have happened that people could look at you negatively. Now, understand that in a functional resume, because people are highlighting your skills and there are gaps in your work history, sometimes that is the reshifting, if you will, where people are not worried about so much about your gaps, because your gaps could be various things. You quit a job, you had gotten hurt. Unfortunately, some people might have been incarcerated, and there are some work history gaps in there. As I said in a previous episode, as long as we're honest about what's going on, and first being honest with ourselves, and then someone asks us to be honest with them too. But as long as we're honest, we can understand where we are and what's going on. And as we are rebranding ourselves, understanding who we are, understanding what our vision and our mission and our values are, we can now put forth a better product or a better image of ourselves or our organization. Also, when it comes to a company, just changing your logo, as I heard someone say, that's not a rebrand, that's a reface, right? Just changing a logo does not necessarily mean that people will view you differently, especially if your logo still does not represent, in some cases, who you are, right? If your logo doesn't represent your vision or your mission, and some people get too fancy in certain situations, and their message is is either too vague, too busy, too colorful, or there's some type of too something. So let's keep in mind that as we're rebranding ourselves, as we are putting ourselves out there in front of everyone, how do people view you? And is your message being conveyed to those individuals that are out there, that's paying attention to you, who's using your products, that's trying to hire you as you move forward? I encourage you to rethink that, to reevaluate who you are and what you're going on. We talked about resumes for a reason. We're talking about this because of, as you are evaluating this coming, this last quarter of the year, and you're moving into next year, what is it that you need to change? What is it that are your goals and your dreams, your aspirations? Are you going to be able to achieve it if you're still doing the same thing that you were doing 3-4 years ago? We understand that our global situation shifted some things in some positive ways and some negative ways, but I would say in most cases is more positive than negative. So now, are you ready to move forward? Are you ready to move forward? Again, are you ready to move forward in a position or a place that challenges you? I hope that each and every one of you out there that are listening to this episode are understanding who you are, right? When you sit down, write down your objective. So when we talk about your mission or your vision, when you write down your objective on your resume, does it reflect what you have in mind and what you believe will happen in the future? What are you looking for? What do you project? How do you carry yourself? Are you in that place to make a difference? So let's understand that people do these things to rebrand, and it's not negative. Now let's understand this too, that like, as I stated, that sometimes we rebrand because of things are negative, right? Again, if you run into some issues or whatever it is, sometimes that will bring more attention to you. But someone will work with you. You know, if push come to shove, if you're a company, talk to a public relations individual, see what they have to say. Someone that's a social media manager, you know, how do you change the script, if you will, for people to look at you differently? When it comes to an individual, and you might have been incarcerated or whatever it is, you know, as long as you are on a positive note, a good footing, I have seen a lot of people been able to change what they felt was negative into a positive. So we're not going to allow anything to hold us back. I encourage you today that you're going to make it happen. Whether you already have your brand, you understand your brand, or you're in the process of this rebranding space, let's understand that just because you change something doesn't always mean it's a rebrand. Is it a facelift?
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.